relationship. The way that a relationship should work is that you both should be happy. I know, it's crazy. And you shouldn't be afraid to communicate with the other person. If something that a person is doing is making you unhappy, then tell them about it. If they aren't willing to listen or change what makes you extremely unhappy or uncomfortable, then maybe you should rethink being in that relationship. It's wild, I know. But if they are not willing to, like, because the thing is, the way that a relationship should work is that you both should be willing to make sacrifices. And if you do not like something that a certain person is doing, or if they do not like what you are doing, and it is something that you can change, then do it. Like try. And if they're trying to change something about you that is unchangeable, then maybe say, hey, that's like a jerk move. Don't do that. And also, communication is very key. If you find that... Oh, I'm so cool. But if you find that, like, hey, like, I'm putting a lot of effort into this relationship, but they haven't responded to me at all, then that's not a relationship. That's what we call one-sided. So just, like, be willing to communicate with the other person. That's the main thing. Communication is very key. Especially if you're not able to see each other in real life as well. That's, at least, I don't know. I don't know how this works. Guys think that I know how this works? I don't know. That's just based off of the many times that I have had to talk with other people. And also, romantic movies. But that probably doesn't really help as much because they were funny. So we'll toss those to the side. But, still, just, like, you know, and compliment the other person. Unless they've said, I don't like to be complicated. Complimented, there we go. Wrong word there. But compliment the other person. Like, it's, like, you shouldn't have to feel uncomfortable in a relationship. And that's just how it should be. And if you do feel uncomfortable, then don't be afraid to, like, talk with that other person. Because talking is key and everything. And then if you're like hiding emotions or something, right? If you're like hiding emotions, like, for another person or whatever, then, like, what I would recommend doing, because I understand that, like, the worry of everything, right? Like, the worry of, like, oh man, what if they, like, don't like me back and everything? But it's just like, what if it's just like, oh, like, I understand that, but, like, give it time. Don't like rush into it, you know? Don't rush into it, because you have to make sure that, like, you are, like, comfortable with the other person and everything. So yeah, just like should be good. Should be good. But yeah, so just like, it's just communicate with the other person, especially with long distance. With long distance, holy cow, communication is super important. Like, I'm pretty sure that Phil said this a while back, but, like, communication with, like, long distance is super important. Like, communicate with the other person. Like, holy cow, thank you so much for the $35. What the heck?